Good morning, dear students. This is the seventh class of subject of financial institutions, markets and services. That is FMIS. My dear students, in the seventh class, we have discussed regarding the different questions and answers as regards to Unit 1. My dear students, in the Unit 1, only 8 classes are allotted. Out of 8 classes, in the seventh class, we have discussed that is today's class for the questions and answer, and class for the 8 and last class for the revision. My dear students, if you talk about in the first class, that is financial institutions and market and services, that is the conceptual and different types and concepts of financial system, and also there are different development of financial system in India, and how far financial system act as a economic development of the country, and how far financial systems weaknesses in Indian approach as well as in globally the how approach. And today's class for the question and answer session. Question and answer session means the first maybe question in fill in the blanks, that is what is capital market means. The capital market is a market for the long term raising of funds, so that there is a fill in the blanks is that the capital market is the market for securities where companies and governments can raise the long term funds, means both companies means corporate bodies as well as government also raise the long term funds. And second fill in the blanks is in which account at a banking institution that allows money to be deposited and withdrawn by the account holder, that is the deposit account. It means what is the major function of a bank? The function of a bank is only the accepting savings and disbursing on loans, means deposit is a account through which the money can be deposited and withdrawn by the account holder. Another one is the all debts are entails the redistribution of financial assets over time between the lender and borrower. I mean, which type of asset is a lender and borrower, means that is loan or debt instruments. Debt instrument, or you may call as a debenture, or these are called as a loan account. These are called as a through which the lender or borrower can redistribute through lender and borrower the redistribution of financial assets. And what is the fill in the blanks of money market? Money market, it is a segment of financial market through which high liquid and very short maturities are traded. As already stated, money market, that is called money market, commercial bill market, treasury bill market, acceptance houses. There are different types of market components in under the money market instruments are there. Under this market, the very short term securities and high liquidity can traded. It means maybe the 7 days or 14 days or 71 days, or there may be a 364 days. I have already stated in previous classes. Fill in the blanks, there are different types of fill in the blanks are there in 1 to 15. RBI regulates foreign exchange under dash, the means foreign exchange act is there, and there are different fill in the blanks are there 1 to 15, and there is answers also there in the next slides. You may refer these answers also. Another one is the similarly fill in the blank. There is also in the what is financial market dash can be explained as a mechanism to allow people easily buy and sell. The answer is the financial market. Dash is used to match who wants capital or who have it, means through financial market. Means financial market is essential for fund dash. It means fund raising. Another one is financial assets are financial market is of two types. One is capital market, another one is money market. And what is capital market? What type of funds are there? One is bond, equity, mortgages traded in the capital market. And in a capital market, there is also channelized the investors who are surplus of funds or who are run a deficit. Similarly, in short term or several, so eighth number of question you see, the money market is used by the participant as a means of borrowing and lending in short term as a several days to just within a one year. It means money market is covered within a 1 year and capital market is more than 1 year. Another one is money market instruments consist of dash dash dash. It means treasury bills, certificate deposits, commercial papers. Who is the underwriter? Now, underwriter dash is a process of offering new issue of existing stock to purchase. Means underwriter is a process, or underwriter gets some commission through which the existing or assurance of new issue or assurance of offering of a new issue of existing stocks to purchases. Next one is the true false. There are several five questions are there. Banks and insurance companies and AMC means asset management companies are example of financial intermediary. These are financial intermediary, yes, because it bridges gap between the two parties, so that it is a intermediary. I have already stated intermediary maybe the individual, maybe the institution, maybe a commercial bank, maybe any insurance company. Second, an investor who holds bonds has partial ownership in a corporation. True or false? It is a false. Uh, why it is false? Because the investor who are not a partial, it's a fully. Because the investors who holds the bonds, he is not called as a not called as a owner. He is a only borrower holder. Means only shareholders are called as a owner, but debenture holder or bond holder are called as a not called as a partial ownership. These are called as a fully borrowing holder, borrower holder. Third one is the when securities fully prices fully reflect all information, the market of these securities are said to be efficient. Yes, you see there are different types of security prices are to be reflect in the newspapers and in the TV channels. Maybe the opening price, closing price, and average price, and high on the price in between days. This is called as a true. And fourth one is to prevent overreaction to rumors, so called as a circuit breakers. Circuit breakers. This is the new word. Are now used to permanently halt in some trading of some securities or contract. Yes, the overreaction is rumors is there. That is called as circuit breakers. And fifth one is securities firms can act both broker and dealer. Security firms, this is the false, because securities firms means these are the some of the called as a brokers. There is some other multiple choice questions are there. Stock exchanges are regulated by SEBI, Security Exchange Board of India, and insurance services are regulated by generally IRDA, not LIC, not GIC, that's the IRDA. Which of the following institution provide housing finance? All the above. SDFC also provide, DHFL also provide. DHFL means Dewan Housing Finance Limited. Remember, D1 Housing Finance Limited. LIC also provides housing finance. And fourth one is banking companies are governed by Indian Banking Regulation Act 1949. And fifth point is financial services are provided by both leasing companies, insurance companies, maybe hire purchase, maybe there are different types of financial services. Services are provided. Another one is the first mutual fund was started in India 1964. It is called as a UTI, Unit Trust of India. It is also called as a development bank. Later on it is also called as a development bank. ADR means already I have discussed. American Depository Receipts. What does it mean? We have to discuss in later stages.
Venture capitalist in India, who is called as a venture capital VC. It means it is a riskier capital, riskier projects, or they get some of the tax benefit. Moreover, you may call as a startup capital. It may be called as a floats capital. That's called as a getting some tax incentives more than the risk and they carry. Ninth, NAV in mutual fund stands for, what is NAV value? NAV is net asset value. I was already stated in my previous classes. CRISIL is it is a rating company. It is not a software company. It is a IT company. It is a rating company. CRISIL, KR, ICRA, these are called as a rating companies. If you remember in previous classes we have already discussed, there are the understanding the financial systems, there are different concepts are there: financial assets, financial intermediaries, financial market, financial rate of return, and financial instruments. And second point is the classification of financial assets. What are the classification? There are two types of classification are there: marketable, non-marketable. Marketable are those which are easily transferred from one person to another. There is no hindrance. Hindrance means there is no blocking and there is no some getting some sorts of problem. That is share of listed companies, government securities, bonds, policy sector undertakings, etc. PSUs. And fourth one is non-marketable securities. If assets cannot be transferred easily, they can come under one category. That may be a bank deposit, provident funds, may be called as a marketable, but non-marketable because it cannot be transferred easily. Transferred easily. That is. And another one is who is called as a financial intermediaries are two types. One is a capital market intermediaries, another one is money market intermediaries. Sixth point, capital market intermediaries means it provides long-term funds to the individuals and corporate customers, and they consist of term lending institutions like financial corporation, investing institutions like LIC. 7 point, money market intermediaries are supply of only short-term funds to individuals, corporate customers. They consist of commercial banks and cooperative banks, etc. Next one is there are the different types of raising of capital issue. One is public issue, another right issue, another one is private placement. Means the company can raise capital through different ways. One is public issue, right issue, and private placement. What is secondary market? Secondary market means where the share can be traded. Traded means where the new issue market are traded. It means that is called, maybe called as a stock exchange. That is called as a secondary market. And the money market may be subdivided into, what are the subdivision of money market? Maybe call money market, commercial bill market, treasury bill market, short term loan market. If we talk about financial system and economic development of the country, so why the financial system requires for the development of economic development of a country? First one is mobilization of savings, promoting investment, encouraging investment and financial assets, allocating savings on national priorities, creating credit, and different development of banks are to be formed. These are the economic development of a country. There are 10 to 11 points are there covered under this system. Another one is weaknesses of Indian financial system. What are the problems? What are the challenges? And what type of problems are facing in Indian financial system? Number one, lack of coordination among financial institutions. Second one, dominance of development banks in industrial finance. And third one, inactive and erratic capital market and unhealthy and financial practices. And fifth one, monopolistic market structure. And next one is imprudent financial practices and other factors, as already stated in my previous classes. If we talk about short answer type of questions, there are 2 marks each. The questions are: what do you mean by financial system? Second, examine the various components of Indian financial system. Third question, what do you mean by financial market? What is the distinction between the physical asset and financial asset? And fifth is the classify the financial asset with example what is money market, capital market, foreign exchange market, and what do you mean by indirect securities also. If you 3 mark more that maybe short term, what is capital market feature and what are its major constituents and what are the financial instruments and their characteristics, what is legislative measures are to be taken government to support Indian financial systems, and next one is classify the financial assets and bring the features. If you talk about a long question of 7 marks, there is a 5 important questions in unit 1. One is that is classify the various financial intermediaries functioning of Indian financial system. Second one, classification of Indian financial system. Third, trace out the development of financial system in India. Fourth, in spite of suitable legislatively, Indian financial system remains weak. And fifth one is discuss the role of financial system in the economic development of a country. These are the important questions. My dear students, uh, this class is only for the only multiple choice question, fill in the blanks, and that is called as a 2 mark question, 3 mark question, and 7 mark question for the long answer type of question according to your model syllabus of Department of Higher Education, Government of Odisha. According to this, I have prepared these slides. If any doubt, you may ask me. And thank you again.